My beloved soul, there are moments when the spiritual realm moves before your mind can understand it, when something shifts around you without sound, without warning, yet with absolute precision. This is one of those moments. My beloved soul, before you even sensed danger, before fear could fully form in your heart, someone stood in the spirit on your behalf. You did not ask them. You may not even know their name. But heaven heard a voice that mentioned you, and that single act altered the course of what was about to touch your life. This message is not appearing by coincidence. It is arriving because your spirit is ready to remember what your mind forgot. An intercession was made, not casually, not weakly, but with authority that reached places you could never enter on your own. The angels are saying clearly that what was meant to overwhelm you was intercepted, what was meant to drain you was delayed, and what was meant to break you was softened by unseen hands working in your favor. You may have felt unusually protected lately, or strangely tired without knowing why, or emotionally heavy even when nothing visible was wrong. These are not random sensations. They are echoes of spiritual movement. When someone intercedes for you in the spirit, there is a transfer that occurs. Pressure lifts from one realm and passes through another. You are the beneficiary of a prayer that cost someone something. It may have cost them sleep, tears, fasting, or a deep groaning they could not explain. But they did not stop. They continued until heaven responded. And heaven always responds to sincere intercession. My beloved soul, do not dismiss this as imagination. The angels are revealing it now because the protection that was placed over you is still active, but awareness will allow you to walk differently within it. There was a moment recently when the outcome could have gone another way. You might never know the full details, and that is intentional. Some battles are not meant to be replayed in your mind. They are meant to be resolved quietly so your peace can remain intact. The spiritual realm saw a convergence approaching your life, something that would have stirred confusion, delay, or unnecessary sorrow. But before it manifested, an intercessor was stirred. This is how divine protection often works. God does not always warn you first. Sometimes He sends someone to pray before the storm even reaches your horizon. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because this intercession was not only about protection, it was also about alignment. You are entering a phase where your sensitivity is increasing. You may notice you are less tolerant of noise, chaos, or shallow conversations. This is because your spirit has been preserved. Intercession does not just block harm, it fine-tunes the inner senses. Angels surround what heaven values, and right now, your destiny is being guarded with precision. My beloved soul, there are decisions ahead of you that require clarity, and the prayer that was lifted for you has already cleared the fog that could have distorted your vision. Even if you still feel uncertain, trust that confusion will not have the final word. Heaven has already whispered direction into your path. The one who interceded may have done so because they sensed something you could not articulate. Sometimes intercessors feel a sudden heaviness, an urgency without explanation, or a pull to pray a specific name. Yours was spoken. It was not generic. It was intentional. And when your name was spoken in the Spirit, angels were dispatched to respond. They did not come with fear, but with order. They rearranged outcomes. They closed doors that would have drained you. They delayed conversations that would have hurt you prematurely. They redirected energy that was moving against your peace. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because understanding this will change how you view the silence around you. Silence does not always mean absence. Often it means intervention. When heaven steps in, things become quiet because chaos has been restrained. You may have wondered why certain people drifted away without conflict, or why certain plans dissolved without drama. That was not loss, that was protection. Intercession often removes what you were emotionally attached to but spiritually endangered by. The angels are saying that what left had to leave, and what stayed was filtered. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are precisely where intercession positioned you. There is also something important you must know. Intercession creates a window of opportunity. It does not force outcomes, but it opens pathways. You are currently within such a window. Your prayers will carry more weight now. Your intentions will align faster. Your discernment will be sharper if you remain still enough to listen. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. The protection over you is not meant to make you passive. It is meant to make you bold in peace, steady in truth, and patient in timing. My beloved soul, you were not spared so you could doubt yourself. You were spared so you could move forward without fear. You may soon feel a gentle prompting to release something you have been holding onto emotionally. This is not loss, it is completion. Intercession often prepares the heart for endings that make room for beginnings. Trust what feels lighter, even if it feels unfamiliar. The angels are not rushing you, but they are guiding you. There is no urgency in heaven, only precision. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because this message is not just about what was stopped, but about what is now allowed to begin. Before you continue listening, this is the only moment where action is asked of you. If this message is resonating in your spirit, acknowledge it. You can do this quietly in your heart, or outwardly by affirming, I receive divine protection and alignment. If you feel led, stay connected, because these messages arrive in sequence, not isolation. This is not about numbers or noise, it is about alignment. My beloved soul, the intercession that covered you is still active, and awareness will help you walk confidently within it. What is coming next will make sense only because what was stopped never reached you. When intercession touches a life, it does not announce itself with noise, it settles quietly into the atmosphere and begins reshaping things from the inside out. My beloved soul, you may notice that your reactions are changing, that situations which once pulled you into anxiety no longer have the same grip, and that is because the prayer released for you did not only address circumstances, it addressed your inner world. Angels do not merely stand guard at the edges of danger, they also stand watch over your thoughts, gently guiding them away from spirals that would exhaust you. There was a covering placed over your mind, subtle yet powerful, and it is the reason you are still standing with a sense of calm even when logic says you should feel shaken. The spiritual realm works in layers, and the intercession made for you moved through each layer with intention, sealing leaks, closing emotional doors that were draining your strength, and reinforcing boundaries you did not even realize were weakening. This is why rest may feel deeper lately, or why tears may come without explanation and then leave you lighter. Heaven is not confusing you, it is cleansing you. The angels are revealing that the one who stood for you did not pray only once. It was not a single moment of concern, but a sustained focus. There was persistence involved, a refusal to let go until clarity was released. That kind of prayer carries authority because it is rooted in love, not fear. My beloved soul, love-driven intercession always produces peace-driven outcomes. You are experiencing the aftereffect of that peace now. Even if external circumstances are still unfolding, the internal war has been quieted. This is intentional. You are being prepared to receive guidance without distortion. When fear is loud, guidance becomes confusing, but when peace settles, direction becomes clear. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because the clarity arriving in your life is not accidental, it is the direct result of someone standing in the gap when you could not see the need yourself. There is also a reason this revelation is coming now and not earlier. Awareness follows readiness. Had you known about this intercession too soon, you might have questioned it, doubted it, or tried to overanalyze it. Now your spirit is mature enough to receive it as confirmation rather than shock. My beloved soul, confirmation strengthens trust, and trust stabilizes movement. You are approaching decisions that require steady faith rather than rushed emotion. The angels are saying that the prayer spoken for you included your future steps, not just your present safety. Words were released over paths you have not walked yet, asking for light before you arrive, asking for favor before you speak, asking for discernment before you choose. This is why you may feel a quiet confidence building without a clear source. That confidence is borrowed from heaven's foresight. As this intercession continues to unfold its impact, you may notice certain patterns breaking. Repetitive cycles that once felt inevitable are losing their hold. This is not because you suddenly became stronger on your own, but because spiritual resistance was weakened on your behalf. Angels specialize in enforcement. Once heaven agrees with a prayer, they enforce its outcome in ways that align with divine order. My beloved soul, this enforcement does not feel aggressive, it feels like ease. Doors open without strain. Conversations resolve without escalation. Delays turn into redirections rather than disappointments. Do not skip this moment, because recognizing ease as a sign of divine involvement will keep you from sabotaging what is meant to flow naturally. There may also be a gentle nudge to forgive something that no longer hurts the way it used to. This is another sign of intercession at work. Forgiveness becomes possible when the emotional weight is lifted. You are not being asked to revisit pain, you are being invited to release residue. Angels often assist in emotional closure, helping the heart let go without reopening wounds. My beloved soul, what you are releasing now will not return in another form. This is finality wrapped in grace. The intercessor did not pray for temporary relief, they prayed for resolution, and heaven honored that request. You might wonder why you were worthy of such focused attention. The answer is simpler than you think. Intercession is often drawn to souls who carry potential quietly. You may not broadcast your struggles, but heaven sees your endurance. You may not demand recognition, but the spiritual realm notices your sincerity. That sincerity attracted covering. That humility invited help. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because understanding this will reshape how you see your value. You are not overlooked. You are protected because what you carry matters beyond what you currently understand. As the days unfold, pay attention to subtle confirmations. A timely message, a sudden sense of peace during uncertainty, an unexpected solution appearing without force. These are not coincidences, they are echoes of a prayer still active in the spirit. My beloved soul, you are walking under an open channel right now. Speak gently, think intentionally, and move patiently. The intercession created space, and what you plant in that space will grow quickly. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because what is ahead is not merely safe, it is aligned, and alignment always produces fulfillment that feels natural rather than forced. As the intercession continues to breathe through your life, its influence begins to reach areas you once believed were fixed or unchangeable. My beloved soul, there are inner agreements you made long ago, silent conclusions formed during moments of vulnerability, and those agreements are now dissolving. They were never spoken aloud, yet they shaped how you expected life to respond to you. The prayer lifted on your behalf addressed those unseen contracts. Angels were instructed to untangle beliefs that no longer served your growth, gently removing limitations without forcing confrontation. This is why you may feel moments of sudden clarity, as if a veil briefly lifted and then settled again, leaving you calmer rather than confused. The spiritual realm often heals in layers, revealing truth gradually so the heart can receive it without fear. You may also notice that your intuition feels sharper, but quieter. It is not loud or dramatic, it is steady and reassuring. This is a sign that interference has been reduced. Intercession clears static. It creates a cleaner channel between your spirit and divine guidance. My beloved soul, guidance does not always arrive as a clear instruction, sometimes it arrives as a settled knowing, a peaceful certainty that does not require justification. That certainty is forming within you now. It will help you recognize what aligns with your path and what merely distracts. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because this inner calibration will soon influence choices that shape your next season. There is also a strengthening taking place in your emotional core. Not a hardening, but a stabilization. You are learning to remain present without absorbing everything around you. This balance was part of the intercession. The prayer included protection from emotional overload, from carrying responsibilities that were never meant to be yours. Angels are skilled at redistributing weight. They lift burdens quietly, often without you noticing until you realize how much lighter you feel. My beloved soul, this lightness is not carelessness, it is freedom. It allows you to engage with life without losing yourself in it. You are not becoming distant, you are becoming anchored. As this anchoring deepens, you may sense a shift in how you relate to time. Urgency is fading. Patience is no longer forced. Waiting does not feel like punishment. This is because intercession reorders timing. When heaven intervenes, it synchronizes events so you no longer feel pressured to rush ahead or lag behind. You are learning to move in rhythm rather than resistance. Do not skip this moment, because recognizing this rhythm will help you trust delays that once frustrated you. Some pauses are protective, some are preparatory, and both were addressed in the prayer spoken for you. The angels are also highlighting a restoration of dignity. There were moments when circumstances made you question your worth, when outcomes seemed to contradict your effort. That confusion has been noted in the spiritual realm. The intercession included a request for your honor to be preserved, even when situations felt humbling. This does not mean everything will suddenly validate you outwardly, but it does mean your inner sense of worth is being recalibrated. My beloved soul, dignity restored internally cannot be taken externally. You are beginning to carry yourself differently, not out of pride, but out of quiet assurance. This assurance will soon attract different interactions. People respond to inner alignment, even if they cannot name it. You may notice respect where there was indifference, or cooperation where there was resistance. This is not manipulation, it is resonance. Intercession adjusts your frequency so what meets you does so appropriately. Angels influence environment subtly, nudging dynamics toward balance. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because these changes are not meant to inflate ego, they are meant to support purpose. Purpose is another area touched by the prayer. You may have felt uncertain about direction, questioning whether your efforts mattered or whether you were meant for something more. That question was heard. Intercession often carries questions upward and brings peace downward before answers fully form. My beloved soul, peace is the first sign that purpose is being clarified. Anxiety fades before direction sharpens. Trust this order. You do not need to force clarity, it is unfolding naturally as resistance dissolves. As you move forward, you may encounter moments that test this new steadiness. This is not regression, it is reinforcement. Each test confirms what has shifted. Angels do not remove all challenges, they ensure challenges no longer overwhelm. You are being shown that you can remain centered even when circumstances fluctuate. This resilience was part of the intercession's intention. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because resilience grounded in peace is what allows destiny to unfold without distortion. What is being built within you now will sustain what is coming next, and when the full picture emerges, you will recognize that this quiet season of inner realignment was one of the most significant interventions heaven ever made on your behalf. As the effects of intercession continue unfolding, they begin to touch the spaces where you once carried silent questions about your future. My beloved soul, there were moments when you wondered whether your path was truly protected or if you were simply surviving by endurance alone. The angels are now making it clear that survival was never the goal, preparation was. The prayer spoken for you reached into timelines, addressing not only what surrounded you, but what awaited you. This is why certain opportunities may now feel closer, yet not rushed, as if they are approaching at a pace that honors your readiness. Intercession has a way of slowing what would have overwhelmed you and accelerating what aligns with your capacity. You are no longer being pushed by pressure, you are being guided by precision. There is a deep recalibration happening in how you interpret signs. Where you once searched desperately for reassurance, you are now learning to recognize confirmation without strain. This shift is subtle, yet profound. Angels communicate through peace more often than through spectacle. My beloved soul, the calm you feel when considering certain choices is not hesitation, it is discernment. The intercession included a request that you would not be misled by emotional highs or lows. As a result, your decision-making is becoming steadier, less reactive, more intentional. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because this steadiness will soon protect you from paths that look appealing but would have drained your essence. You may also notice a change in how you relate to uncertainty. Questions no longer spiral into fear, they pause and then soften. This is not avoidance, it is trust forming at a deeper level. Intercession plants trust before answers appear. Angels help the heart rest in the unknown without surrendering hope. My beloved soul, you are learning that not knowing everything does not mean nothing is happening. Much is happening beneath the surface, being arranged with care. What feels like waiting is often alignment in progress. Another layer being addressed is your relationship with self-expression. There were times when you held back words, ideas, or emotions because you were unsure how they would be received. The prayer spoken for you included courage, not the loud kind, but the quiet confidence to speak when it matters. This courage is emerging now. You may feel a gentle push to articulate boundaries, to express needs without apology, or to share insights without over-explaining. This is not impulsiveness, it is clarity finding its voice. Do not skip this moment, because honoring this inner prompt will strengthen your sense of authenticity. As authenticity grows, so does alignment with those meant to walk alongside you. Intercession often filters connections. It does not isolate, it refines. You may notice that some relationships feel easier, more mutual, while others naturally fade without conflict. This is not loss, it is adjustment. Angels guide compatible energies together and allow incompatible ones to drift apart peacefully. My beloved soul, you are not being separated from love, you are being aligned with understanding. The connections that remain will feel less demanding and more supportive, reflecting the inner balance being restored within you. There is also a restoration of joy taking place, though it may arrive quietly. Not as excitement, but as contentment. You may catch yourself enjoying simple moments without guilt, laughter without reason, or silence without loneliness. This joy is not circumstantial, it is spiritual. Intercession often returns joy to the soul by removing burdens that suppressed it. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because joy restored is a sign that heaviness has been lifted at its root. You might still encounter external challenges, but they no longer define your internal state. This distinction is crucial. Angels help separate circumstance from identity. You are learning that what happens around you does not dictate who you are or where you are headed. My beloved soul, this separation creates resilience without hardness. You remain open, yet protected. Engaged, yet grounded. This balance was intentional. The prayer spoken for you asked that you would not close your heart to protect yourself, but that protection would surround your heart so it could remain open. As you continue forward, trust that timing is being managed beyond your sight. What feels delayed is being perfected. What feels distant is being prepared. Intercession ensures that when things arrive, they arrive whole, not fragmented. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because what is forming now is not merely an outcome, it is a foundation. A foundation that will support what is coming without collapse, without regret, and without the need to revisit old lessons. You are being led into a season where peace is not temporary, but sustained, and this sustained peace is the clearest evidence that someone truly stood in the Spirit on your behalf. As this message reaches its completion, the angels want you to understand that intercession does not end the moment danger passes, it continues until alignment is fully established. My beloved soul, what was spoken over you in the Spirit created a seal, not a temporary covering, but a lasting one. This seal affects how future challenges approach you, how opportunities recognize you, and how peace settles within you even before outcomes are visible. You may sense that you are no longer fighting to stay afloat, but quietly learning how to move forward with steadiness. This is the result of prayers that asked not only for your safety, but for your wholeness. Wholeness is heaven's preference. It is the state where nothing essential is missing and nothing harmful is dominating. You are now standing in a place where trust is being rebuilt, not through blind faith, but through lived experience. The angels are saying that the protection you received is teaching you something important about divine care. You were never meant to manage everything alone. Intercession exists because heaven values connection, because support is woven into spiritual design. My beloved soul, receiving help does not diminish your strength, it reveals wisdom. You are learning that surrender and strength are not opposites, they are partners. This understanding will change how you approach future seasons, allowing you to ask without shame and receive without suspicion. As the intercession settles into permanence, you may feel drawn toward simplicity. Not emptiness, but clarity. Excess thoughts, unnecessary worries, and overcommitment are losing their appeal. This is because angels help streamline focus. When spiritual noise is reduced, the soul naturally gravitates toward what matters. You may begin prioritizing rest without guilt, choosing honesty over approval, and valuing depth over speed. Do not skip this moment, because this simplification is preparing you for expansion. What is complex cannot grow without strain, but what is clear expands with grace. There is also a gentle assurance forming about your future. It may not come as detailed visions or dramatic revelations, but as a quiet confidence that you will not miss what is meant for you. Intercession often removes the fear of missing out by anchoring the soul in trust. My beloved soul, what is destined for you recognizes your timing. You do not need to chase it. Angels are aligning paths so encounters happen naturally, not forcefully. This is why patience no longer feels like loss of momentum, but like cooperation with something greater. You may notice that gratitude arises more easily now, even for things that once frustrated you. This is another sign of spiritual balance being restored. Gratitude does not deny difficulty, it reframes perspective. Intercession often brings perspective shifts that allow you to see meaning where there was once confusion. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because this shift in perspective will protect your heart from bitterness and keep you open to joy. As this chapter closes, understand that the one who interceded for you may never fully know the extent of their impact. Some prayers work silently, their fruit visible only in the life they touch. You are living evidence of that prayer's effectiveness. My beloved soul, honor this gift by living attentively. Pay attention to peace. Follow what feels grounded. Release what feels heavy without explanation. Angels often guide through subtle impressions rather than commands. Trust those impressions. They are not random, they are informed by a realm that sees further than you can. There may come moments when you feel tempted to return to old patterns of worry or self-doubt. When that happens, pause. Remember that intervention has already altered your trajectory. You are not starting from zero. You are moving forward from a place of support. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because remembering this truth will help you stay anchored when uncertainty tries to resurface. Anchoring is not about control, it is about trust. As the intercession continues to echo through your life, you will begin to notice how things resolve with less resistance. Conflicts soften. Answers arrive without force. Opportunities feel timely rather than rushed. This does not mean life becomes effortless, it means effort becomes effective. Angels assist in making sure your energy is invested where it yields growth. My beloved soul, this efficiency is not coincidence, it is stewardship from the spiritual realm. Now hear this final truth. The angels are saying that what was done for you in secret has positioned you for peace in public and in private. You are walking into a season where calm will be your indicator, clarity your compass, and trust your foundation. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because this revelation confirms that you were never alone in your struggle. Someone stood for you. Heaven responded. And the life unfolding before you now carries the imprint of that sacred intervention, guiding you forward with quiet confidence, lasting protection, and a peace that does not need to announce itself to be real. Type Amen.